We are still on our data validation. Now what we are going to do now is that we are going to validate, like I said in the last class, we want to make sure that anybody that is going to go to the system to put in their scores, some persons may make a mistake. In the place of 30, they may end up putting 40. In the place of 40, they may end up putting 30. This kind of thing can frustrate the work and also frustrate the system. So in this class, we are going to validate each of the scores, in order that when a person is putting his scores, is not going to exceed the exact value. So in your own school, maybe your own school may be different from my own school here. So here we used to use first CA is test, the second CA we use test, and then the exam is 40. So you can also use your own system to also design. The first thing we're going to do now is that we know that this mass, like I said in the last class, I said this mass is 30. This one is 30, where this one is 40. But this one again doesn't have value. You can delete it or you can leave it there. So let's delete it so that you're not any confusion. Control S. So let's now start with that. The first one is 30. So when you now click on this one, 30, what you now come here, you come towards this side. You will see your default value is 0. You will now see your validation rule. Your validation rule. Now, what is your validation rule? Now, you don't want the scores to be greater than. Let the score should not be greater than 30. So here it should not be what? It should be lesser than equal to 30. That means anybody that is going to, under this mathematics, anybody that is going to put any scores is not going to be lesser, is not going to be greater than 30. It's not going to be above 30. So it should be what? It should be lesser than equal to 30. I hope it started and put it equal to. Let me be sure. So here. So it should be lesser than equal to 30. Anything above 30, the system validation will speak. Now what is your validation text? You will now say max from 30, from 0 to 30. Now this is going to be the information that's going to pop out. So after that, you Control S, and then you can now close it to see whether it's going to close. It has closed, so you can still go back, right click, and go to design view. Now let's click on it again. You see it is still showing. So here you can now copy this one and make it, copy it and say Control C. The next one again is 30. So under this 30 validation text, you can click on it and put your Control V. Then here you can say, you can now write lesser than, you can now type lesser than equal to 30. So anything above 30, this message will pop out, max from 0 to 30. So the next one, you will know that it's not going to be 30 again. Here you put Control V. This place you change it to 40. Change it to 40. Then here you will now put, you're not going to type in your validation rule. It should be lesser than equal to 40. So if you type above 40, this message will pop out. The system will pop out, say to inform the person that max from 0 to 40. You do your Control S. Then now that you are finished, you now come to English. Now under English validation tool, you call Control V. Then the same thing here. Make sure, okay. Then here you now have your. So here you are not going to have your. The max should not be the mark should be lesser than, excuse me, something important now. The mark should be lesser than, equal to 30. Please don't forget that. Then you Control S, then English 2. You can come here and click your Control V. It has already been copied already. That's why I said you should copy the first one. Validation text, marks from 0 to 30. Then here you will now put you will now say lesser than, equal to 30 should be. Then you Control S. Then next, the third one is going to be 40. Please don't forget. So here you're not going to have Control V. Make sure you know this one is starting at 30, then 40. Then here you change it to 40 to 40. And then here you said you now type in lesser than, equal to 40. Then here, since we have the 4, E4, you can still delete it. Click on it, right click, and then delete it and Control S. So the same thing I'm going to do for chemistry. I'm going to do from here to chemistry, and I will pause the video and continue. So that's what you are going to do all to the last level. So I'm going, before I pause the video, I'm going to do the last one for the average and the total, and then you can do the rest. It's the same method. So here you can now put your validation text, Control V, 30. The validation rule, it will be lesser than, equal to 30. Control S, then mass. Then here will be Control V. Then here you will now click validation, lesser than, equal to 30. The last one, that is going to be your exam. Then here you now come to validation text. You click Control V, then cancel, then put your 40. I believe with 40. The first physics 1 is test, second is test, the last one is your exam. Then here you will now type in your lesser than, equal to 40. Then this one, you now press your Control, and then you delete this one. I've taught you how to delete. If you want to delete anything, you make sure this arrow is showing. You tap on it. When you tap on it, these two red lines will come up, and then you right click and you see your delete. You can use the same method to insert your rules. You can use the same method to delete your rules. So we have deleted it because we don't need it. Control S. Now the same validation rule for physics 1. Physics 1 is okay. English 3 is okay. Then physics is okay. The chemistry now. I want to do this one for chemistry. So here under validation text, you tap. Make sure the cursor is blinking. Then you have Control V. Then under the validation rule, you now see lesser than, equal to 30. Then the next one again, click on it. Then validation text. I've told you this validation text, marks from 0 to 30. That's what's going to pop out when somebody makes a mistake. Then here you now have control. Sorry, lesser than, equal to 30. The next one is going to be E3. So you have Control V. So you have validation lesser than, equal to 30. Then so this one is for the last one. Here is going to be 40. Going to be 40. Then this one is going to be 40. So now we are going to test it now. The chem 1 is 30, chem 2 30, chem 3 40. So that's what you are going to do throughout. So when you now go to the next one, this chem 4, you can delete it and remove it. We don't need it again since we already have the total already. Then you can do the same thing for biology. You do the same thing for all. Please don't mix up. The 1, 2, 3 is test 1, test 2, and exam. Test 1, test 2, and exam. Please don't mix it up. So the last thing again I'm going to do here before we leave is to come to this place now. This is our total. This is our total. No, sorry, this is our average. Yes, this is our grand total. This is our grand total. For our grand total, you can leave it like that. For the grand total, you can leave it like that. You can leave it like that, single, standard, or you can just convert it to standard. Come to this place, just click on it, click on this second box here, and then you tap on this arrow. Then you look at standard. Standard. There is no standard here. Wow. Sorry. Standard under, let's check standard here. Let's check the third one. Let's see what we see standard. And look at standard here. It's under the standard. It's under the third. Under the third single. Let's check that thing here. Let's go back to the second line of box. Let's put single. Let's make it single. Let's make it single. So as time goes on, as we begin to go on, if we see that maybe the value is not really pleasant, we are not happy with what is given us, we can still come back to this place and adjust it. So now that you are finished with the grand total, you will now come to the word to the average. So under the average, this one is under the average. Let's average doesn't have much, but we can still put some things here. The format, you click on this one. If you want it to be standard, if you want it to be fixed, if you want it to be standard, let's put it under standard. If you are not satisfied with it as we move on, then we come then. Oh, this one is percentage. You know, the percentage is, if this grand total already is going to be 1200 by 1200, it's going to give us 1. So under here you will come to this place, the format, click on format. Let's check what I was saying here. Look at percentage. You click your percentage and then you Ctrl S everything, and then the total is okay. This one is okay. So that is all for now. So I want you to also, you can go back, pause your video and do the same thing for, don't touch the grand total, don't touch this list TM, or don't touch those TM or subject, don't touch it, just leave it alone. All you just need to do is to walk from here, from this chemistry, this can make sure you remove all this 444, remove it like I did, remove them, and just walk from where we stopped to the straight to Chem P3. So thank you very much. If you are doing it, you find any difficulties, you can chat me up on the group so that we can rectify. So thank you very much. So when we come back again next class, we are going to now begin to work on the form. We are going to work on the form.